right, so in this episode, I want to talk about the out of body experience I had with my deceased brother. All right, so when I was a kid in elementary school, my brother was killed, he was shot, and he died, passed away, right? I actually don't remember my exact age or the exact year, and I believe that's because I blocked it out because of the trauma, the grief, or whatnot. But when my brother passed away, so I don't want to get too much into that story. I'm just going to go to the experience. So when my brother passed away, he left behind a few things. One of the things he left behind was a Rolex watch. Now, it was a fake Rolex watch. I didn't notice at the time, but Rolexes don't stop. We just thought, oh, we got to get a battery for it and we'll have a Rolex or whatever. But my mom didn't want me to have that watch. You know, everybody decided, that I could get the watch or whatever, but my mom didn't want me to wear it out because she figured somebody might try to rob me or whatever for it, which is understandable, makes perfect sense. Now that I understand the value of a Rolex and whatnot, people might not know that it's fake. So she wanted to keep me safe, so she hid the Rolex from me. For a while I had it, then she hid it from me. Now we moved to a new house. We left the house that we were at, the apartment that we were at the time my brother passed away, and we moved to a new house. At that time, I didn't know where the watch was at. Now, I remember I was about 13 at this time because I was entering the 9th grade. I was in the 9th grade, I think. Yeah, I was in the 9th grade. So I wanted to have the watch because I was in the 9th grade. It's about that social pressure, the fitting in and wanting to get girls and stuff like that. So I wanted the watch. I'm like, I want to wear it to school and floss and impress people and whatnot. And I'm sitting there on the edge of my bed one night before I went to sleep. And I'm just thinking, I wish I had that watch, And I just said it like, damn, James, where did mommy hide the watch? Like, where did mommy hide your watch? And I didn't say it out loud, I said it in my head. I said it in my head. And I wasn't like praying or asking or anything, right? But I said that in my head, and I just laid down, went to sleep. In the middle of the night, well, I don't know when it was, but sometime after I fell asleep, I find myself walking into the hallway, or more so floating, because there's no body. It's no body there. I'm just like this moving consciousness, I guess. Now, at the time, I'm thinking it's a dream, right? But I find myself in the hallway, and there's a bookshelf that my mom had in the hallway, a small little shelf, come to your waist maybe. And on that bookshelf, I'm walking past the bookshelf in this dream, walking past the bookshelf, and I get this feeling to look at the bookshelf. So I look at the bookshelf, boom, look at it, and I zoom in, right, on my brother's box of ashes. That's what I see. The first thing I see, I look at it and say, okay, that's James' ashes. And then I go back to walking again, and then I get the unction or the urge to look again, like almost like look again. So I look again this time, and it zooms in again, but this time I see the band of my brother's watch sticking out from behind his urn. And I zoom in on it, and it's almost like I'm getting this command to look at it, focus on it, look at it, focus on it. So I look at it for a few seconds, and then that's the end. That's all I remember. I wake up the next day, totally forgot about it. Go to school, walk past the bookshelf and everything. Go to school, get to school, forget about the entire day. Get home from school, walk past the bookshelf the opposite way. I came out this way in my dream, I'm going back the opposite way now. I walk past it, the bookshelf triggers the memory. The bookshelf. I look and I see James' urn, which I already knew was there. I see his urn. All right. And then because in the dream, and then I look again, and then I slide the urn back like this. And lo and behold, there is the band of the watch sticking out. And I grabbed the watch and I said, I found it. And I put it on, and I would hide it from my mom whenever she would come home and stuff. But at that time, I just thought that was a dream. I thought it was just some random coincidence. That's what I thought. Until I got into my 30s, around maybe 34, maybe somewhere between like 32, 34. That's when I started to have my own out-of-body experiences because I was practicing trying to do so. And once I learned what that felt like to be out of body, that's when it came back to me. Holy shit, that's what that situation was. I was out of my body. Once I learned that when people leave their bodies, like people who have near-death experiences, how they are able to be back present with the person, with they are present with people who are thinking about them. When I sat on the edge of my bed and said, damn, James, where mommy hide your watch? My brother was present with me. So we have this belief of death and, and at that moment when I realized in my 30s, when I realized that that was an out-of-body experience, my brother showed me where his watch was at. in a way that is fucking amazing. But when I realized that that was an out-of-body experience that I had with my brother, I realized that we don't die, that my brother is not dead. Now, before that point, I thought I believed that, but that just took it to a different level because it was my own experience, not hearing from people who had died and came back, but being myself out of body, finding something, because that's always the case. People try to figure out, well, if you were out of your body, what was there? What did they say? And people report this stuff. People in the hospitals, they report conversations that had happened all the way down the hallway in an office because they were there with their family who was grieving. So their family was thinking about them and they were there with their family. So they're always trying to give a report. Well, what was over there? Well, I saw this thing here. It was behind the chair. Somebody has to go then and look behind the chair. Oh my God, it's there. That's what happened with me. I had an out-of-body experience with my brother. He showed me where the watch was at, which was hidden from plain view. In the out-of-body experience, he exposed it to me the same way I exposed it to myself the next day. So I have evidence of being out of the body and getting information that is validated while in body in the third dimension. You see, so I know what it is to be in that dimension because I've exited my body multiple times now. I know how to fall asleep consciously, and when I fall asleep consciously, I exit my body as soon as you feel that dip, that's when your spirit is leaving the body. The body is falling asleep. The spirit, which is of a higher frequency, is separated, right? So I've experienced that multiple times to know what it's like to be out of body. That same situation where I get data that is collected and then verified in real life shows me that one, we don't die when we think we die. Because first of all, this is not our original form. That thing that I was in the hallway is my original form. My brother, whatever form he was in when he was guiding me to show me that was his original form. So he's not dead. He's literally alive. More alive. More alive. You understand? In that state, I gained access to information that my physical eyes couldn't even behold. So you can't tell me that this is more alive than that. So when I think about those types of things, I've always wanted to make this video for anybody that's grieving, for anyone that's having trouble, with someone who is deceased. I know what that's like. I see a lot of people going through that. Fortunately for me, I never really went through that too much. The night that my brother died, which now I understand, he was there comforting me. That's the reason why at first I collapsed in grief. And as the night went on, I found myself in this peace and I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand. I wanted to be angry at the people who killed him. And all I could think was, that doesn't make sense. There's no purpose in you being upset with them. What good would that do? And this is me as an elementary school kid. So these are the thoughts that was resonating in my mind the entire night. And I felt I was angry with myself for not being angry with the people who killed my brother. So from that point there, my brother was speaking to me because that's what people do when they leave their bodies. They go to their families and the first thing they try to do is convince them that they are okay. And they try many different tactics to do so. Memory, sense, jokes, basically memories. And because even a scent of something that reminds you of the person is a memory. So basically through your memory, that's what they try to do. Trigger things that allow them to speak to you. And my brother was able to communicate with me in a dream that I had shortly after he passed away, where he showed me I was in this rusty car. A kid was over here, and I could see my brother over here, but not when I looked directly at him. I could see him over here though. And then this kid walked over to the car and went to go touch it, and the door's locked. Now it had no windows, it was a rusty old Beetle, but as soon as that happened, because dreams are symbolic, and as a kid, I instantly understood that meant I'm here to protect you, I got you. Now, so these are the things that were happening the entire time. So, man, I just hope that this can bring comfort to somebody. I really do. I really do. You know, don't feel bad if it doesn't. Don't feel bad if it doesn't. Live your truth. Get through what you got to get through. Do what you got to do. But I really, really, really hope that this does at least stretch your mind in a sense. You know what I mean? Because it took me, I don't know how, I don't even want to feel like doing the math, but maybe almost 20 years to realize that my brother was alive and with me. I don't know how long other people may have been suffering in that same state of not knowing. But yeah, I just wanted to share that story as hopefully as words of encouragement. So thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.